Sanbonani Dumelang Avusheni, hello, Urini. This is how I choose to greet you saying welcome back to my channel. If you are new in this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you get to know when we have one of our new and awesome uploads. Welcome to the 5th episode of Struggles of a Church Girl. If you haven't been with us, feel free to check out on the previous episodes because it's been quite an interesting journey. And to all the church boys, don't worry, your time will definitely come. So today we have with us Ruvarashe. She'll be sharing with us her struggles as a church girl and her journey in the Christian world. So stay tuned, and I don't forget to put down your comment and tell us what you think about today's episode. And I hope you enjoy it. I love you and shalom.
Hi, my name is Ruva. Welcome to the struggles of a church girl. Yes, I'm a church girl. My name is Ruvarashe. Before I introduce myself, I just want to say thank you. It's just an honor. It's such an honor. Such a privilege. I was born in a Savada family, Savada background. As a Savada, you know, back then they used to be very, very strict. They used to do things according to the doctrine. However, my father was the strictest. I was not allowed to talk a certain language or speak in a certain way. I was not allowed to eat certain things, to dress in a certain way, associate with certain people. So I actually grew up like in a bubble. I felt like I was caged because I was only allowed to play with my siblings. Hey, it was painful, but somehow it was worth it. However, it had an impact, a bit negative impact, a bit, because I'm very much antisocial and I'm trying to beat that. I take time to relax. I take time to get used to people. Like now, this is actually a challenge because I'm very much camera shy. I'm more of an introvert. Those who are close to me, they know that I'm a very, very, very shy person. And I'm trying, guys. Anyway, as a church girl, yeah, we do have lots of challenges, lots of struggles. Like, I'm just gonna focus on society. Society. Yo, I think we have also given society a platform to judge us, to do what they want with us as church girls or as church people, whatever they want to call us, it's fine. They expect you to talk a certain way. They expect you to respond in a certain way when they offend you. It's like the person already has a response to how you are supposed to respond when you respond to their offense or whatever they would have done wrong to you. Like now, with this pandemic, I think we are all learning. We can actually see what's going on. We can actually see how much of a strain our fathers, our men of God, our oracles, how much of pain they go through, how much of persecution they go through, because society have got this way of wanting to take charge, wanting to judge. They just wanna like rewrite the rules of if you are a Christian or if you are a church person, this is what you are limited to. You mustn't cross this line. As for me, the problems or the struggles that I faced a lot was I ended up not having friends. I ended up not making good decisions because I wanted to fit in. I was trying so much to fit in just because I had been labeled a church girl. No, you can't do things with Ruvarashe. She's so much of she can't do this because of their church. She can't do this because of their doctrine. So I ended up like pushing myself into doing things just to prove a point, but they were wrong things, which pushed me into facing so many terrible trials. So many terrible incidents happened when I was growing up because of bad decisions that I had made myself without even being pressured much, but because I was trying so much to fit in and to make friends. There was a time when I drank alcohol. There was a time when I even smoked ntango, when I smoked and then weed. And there was a time when I used to club a lot. Like I would go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, coming back to work, because I started working at an early age. I would go to work drunk every Monday, and it so happened that I became a manager at that place, so I would answer to myself, so it was okay for me to go to work drunk. But after doing all that, I would feel so dirty, I would feel so filthy, I would feel so unloved, and I would feel that I had done a wrong thing. So sometimes I think society will push you into choosing a wrong or a different path from the path that you're supposed to stick with, just because you just want to be like them. That is if you are not a strong person. And I think this happened because I was young, I was naive, I didn't really want to be in that denomination where I was. Believe me, I never wanted to be a Sarada. I was so rebellious growing up. As long as my parents are not looking, I was one of those kids that would be written somewhere in the newspaper that they were found where doing what. I was one of those kids, and I thank God. I thank God. His grace is just too much. I thank God. Otherwise, I would be in a grave somewhere by now, but God loves me so much. As a church girl, my faith, I remember it was tested so many times, but the one incident that that really hurt me, it was one of the first incidents whereby my father was one of the elders at church, and I was in the choir. Then at one time I went away with some friends. Then we ended up being in a newspaper because there was this musician, Rumba musician from DRC, Coffee, Olomide. He had come to Zimbabwe. So I went, and I ended up being on the newspaper. So my father, he read the newspaper. You know how our fathers love newspaper. He read the newspaper and he saw me on the stage dancing. Hey. Yeah. That was something. That was something. I remember I was beaten, guys. I was beaten. I'm telling you, I was beaten to the extent that I peed myself. And after that, there was a church hearing of some sort. Then I was disfellowshipped. Disfellowshipped. So when you're disfellowshipped, it means that you have to start from scratch, to do lessons, to get rebaptized, and then you have to desist from so many things, so many activities and all that. That really broke me. like I gave up on church totally, and I was like, already I didn't want to be part of this denomination, so I'm just gonna quit. And that was it. I'm telling you, that was it. I stopped going to church. I became like 150% rebellious from that point. Then I later got an awakening when I was here, when I came here. Something happened in a dream, and I didn't understand. But then it then happened in real live when I was awake. And I didn't understand that it was a vision. I just thought it was deja vu. But only when I started going to a prophetic church, that's when I got to understand what had happened. But what happened that day is what brought me back to Christ. So I hated my father for that, what he had done, because he was one of the elders, and he's one of the people who reported me to the church board. So and the fact that they disfellowshipped me, it hurt me so much. I felt like I was rejected, like I was thrown out. So it really, like, I was like, I then started labeling. Like, I was like, wherever people are talking about Seventh-day Adventist, I'll be the first one to be negative. I was like that part of the society talking down on Seventh-day Adventist, which was not a good thing, which is something that I later got to learn that it's wrong in so many ways.
Get up, woman on